Hi family, so we are still on the Christmas food series and I am excited to bring you this party style kebab. Okay, you will have to make this for Christmas because it is too good not to have on your Christmas table. So let's get started. So to get started, I have got here some diced beef that I'm using, boneless diced beef. You have to use boneless beef because it's just easier that way. If there are bones, it's going to be difficult to eat. And I've got some vegetables, but we will talk about later. So I will be steaming my beef and I'm going to be using some aromatics. I'm going to be using some scotch bonnet, onions, garlic and ginger. And then I am also going to add in some thyme. I'm going to blend all this together and then I'll add this to my meat. Please be sure to check out the description box below because I will leave every ingredient that I'm using in that box. Okay, I'm going to be adding in some water and then I will blend this to a beautiful smooth paste. Okay, I will now add in my blended aromatics onto my beef and then I am going to season this up. I am using some bayleaves because we want all the flavors there. And this is some shrimp seasoning, some Cajun seasoning, some fennel seeds, some cloves powder, some shrimp seasoning cube, 1 Maggi cube, and of course all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to be mixing this together until everything is nicely incorporated and then we will get on with the next step. So once everything is nicely combined, I am going to cook this on medium heat until it's nice and tender, but not too long because you don't want it to be tough. Right now, I am going to be making a sauce that will be going around my beef. It's going to be so good. I've got some sweet peppers. These are the long pointed ones. This is the ones that you need because it's going to make the sauce taste so good. So please make sure that you buy those pointed sweet peppers. Got some tomatoes, some onions and some garlics and everything. I will list everything in the description box. So I've just blended this up and I'm going to set this aside and then I will use this later. I'm just checking on my meat and right now it is looking good and it smells even better. So I'll cook this for about 10 minutes, no more than that, because I'm going to be frying this meat and I don't want it to get too tough. So as you can see, it's nice and tender, but not overly cooked. I'm going to be taking this off the heat now. Bear in mind, please do not throw away the stock. Don't do it. Just don't do it, okay? Now I put up my frying pan and I'm going to be adding a little bit of olive oil and I'm going to slightly saute my bell peppers. So I've got some red, green and yellow and some onions as well. And I'm going to be adding some aromat just to season this up. I am doing this because I want this to catch some flavor, of course, and I want it to slightly soften before I put this on my skewers. Okay, I don't want it to be too crunchy but obviously not too soft, so I'm going to saute this for just about 3 to 4 minutes and then I will take this out of the pan and then I'll continue with the next process. You guys, it is so good. The smell here, it's Christmas already. So now my peppers and my onions are nice. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to use the same frying pan. I am going to be adding in some vegetable oil and I'm going to allow this to heat up and then I'll add in my beef. I've taken my beef out of the stock and I haven't thrown the stock away. Please don't throw the stock away because we're going to be needing this later. So I'm just going to flip this around. If you have some oil that you can deep fry this in, it's even perfect, but I didn't want to use too much oil to deep fry it in because I didn't want to waste any oil, hence why I'm doing what I'm doing. But also, of course, because I don't want it to fry it to be too crunchy, okay? So after my beef is nice and golden brown, I am going to take this out of the oil before it gets too hard and too tough. So I'm just going to be draining some of the oil off, and then I'll use a little bit oil left to do my sauce. The sauce that's going to go over the meat is going to be so good. Look at how orange this thing is looking. You know it's going to taste nice. Okay, I'm just going to allow this to fry for a little bit, but here we are. I am adding in the stock of the beef, not everything, just a little bit, and then I'll keep the rest in the fridge to use for something else, jollof or another stew later. But don't throw it away. No matter what you do, don't throw it away, okay? So I'm going to be seasoning this up with some shrimp seasoning cube. I'll be easy on the seasoning because the stock that I just added also contains some salt and then a little bit of aromat to go with this as well. It's going to give everything a nice stir, combining everything together, and then I am going to allow this to cook until it's nice and dried, all the moisture has come out. Then I know that my stew is ready, or my sauce is ready. So as you can see, this was about 10-15 minutes and the oil is beginning to settle on top of the stew. That is your indication that you're nearly there. Not yet, but that you're nearly there. So now I'm going to be adding in some curry powder and also some smoked paprika powder. I chose to use this at the end sort of my cooking process because I want to maintain the aromas, okay? I didn't add it at the beginning because I didn't want it to cook off, okay? So you add it sort of 5 minutes to go, and then you can still have the flavors and the aromas in the sauce, okay? So I left it to cook for about 5 more minutes, and here we are. You can see that it's looking nice and dry. All the moisture is out and my sauce is ready. So now I'm just going to add a little bit sauce onto my beef. I'm not going to add all the sauce. I later used the sauce to make some jollof and it was so good. Okay, so if you have any leftovers, just put some rice on and you have a complete meal, because that's just what I did. I am just tossing the beef around in the sauce, making sure that everything is nicely coated. If you like, you can use some more sauce, but I don't want it to overwhelm the beef with all that sauce. Okay. And now all I'm going to be doing is just to skew the meat onto my skewers, and I am doing so by firstly placing a pepper and then just go on with the meat and then just repeat the process. Okay, you can do any style that you want, you can choose any colors that you want, it's totally up to you. You can use more meat, just do whatever pleases you. Okay, it is Christmas, enjoy. I'm just going to use 3 so that everybody can get some. So this is my skewer, and like I said, you can use as much or as little as you want. And I'm just going to go ahead and skew the rest of the meat, and then I'll be right back. And just to remind you that if you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead and do subscribe to my channel, especially because I have got lots and lots coming your way in regards to this Christmas series to make your Christmas a lovely one. Okay, also Follow me on my Instagram at Bex Flavor. I am very active on there. If you want to have a chat, come on Instagram and we will have a chat, okay? And I share lots and lots and lots more. So here we are all done. Christmas is going to be so good when you pull this kebab on your Christmas table, okay? Don't forget that life is too short, so live your best life. I love you for watching, and I'll see you next time in my next video. Take care of yourself. Bye.